Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cybersecurity Demon. My name is Surya. Before starting the session, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon right next to the subscribe button to get notified soon for new updates, and don't forget to like the video. You are also requested to share the link of my website and my YouTube channel. Links are given in the description box. Today, this video is going to solve a problem of yours, the problem that you may often face in the field of networking and security is Linux. Friends, Linux is really confusing for beginners, but if you follow the right path and you can learn Linux easily. And I am here to help you. So let's get started. In general, Linux and Unix are operating systems, but actually Linux is not an operating system. It is a kernel, and Unix is an operating system. We will discuss everything about kernel and operating system later in upcoming videos, but before that I want to start with Unix. So the first question that arises in our mind is, what is Unix? Unix is a multitasking, multi-user operating system that was developed at AT and T Bell Laboratories in the early 90s by Ken Thompson, Dennis Ritchie and others. It was created for their own use, but later it was commercialized for all. Unix is written in C and assembly languages, and most of the device drivers nowadays are written in C language. C is called mother of all programming languages, and Unix is called mother of most of the operating systems. 10.5 or greater version of Mac operating system is the biggest example of Unix operating system. Since Unix is not free, thus only copywriters can use this operating system. The very next question, that is, what is Linux and how it is different from Unix? So Linux is a free, open source, Unix-like operating system. Remember guys, it is Unix-like operating system, not a version of Unix. Linux was developed in 1991 by Linus Torvalds, a student of University of Helsinki, Finland. Linux is just a kernel, not a full operating system. To make a complete operating system, all Linux distributions includes GUI system, means Linux kernel, GNU utilities such as CP, MV, ls, date, bash and more, some installation management tools that help to install Linux and Linux packages on a system like bootloader grub, plus GNU C++ compilers, plus some editors like VI, VIM, ED, Nano, Emac and gedit editor, and various application programs such as OpenOffice, Firefox, VLC. However, most Unix operating systems are considered as a complete operating system, as everything comes from a single source of vendor. So Linux is just a kernel, and Linux distributions make it complete, usable operating system by adding various applications. Most Unix operating systems come with A to Z program such as editor, compilers and more. So we can say that Red Hat Linux is an operating system, or Kali Linux, Ubuntu Linux, CentOS or any other distribution of Linux is an operating system, but Linux is a kernel. Remember this. Now, one more thing that is important about Linux kernel is, latest version of Linux kernel is 5.7 and Linux kernel is written in C programming language. Linux is one of the most important and advanced technology used in present. Many companies like Google, Yahoo and others run thousands of Linux servers to power its search technology. In present, Android mobile phones that we are using are based on Linux. Google Chrome is also based on Linux operating system. The next question that I want to discuss with you is the difference between the Unix and the Linux operating system. So point number 1. Unix and Linux both are multi-user and multitasking operating system. It means at the same time more than one user can work here, and also more than one task can be performed simultaneously. Like user 1 can run a video and can work with VIM editor, and at the same time User 2 can open the media player as well as Notepad. So it is a multi-user and multitasking operating system. Point number 2. Linux kernel is written in C programming language, and also Unix operating system is written in C programming language and assembly language. Point number 3. Linux is replica clone of Unix operating system, but in real it doesn't use its code. Linus Torvald has written his code from zero. He never used the code of Unix, but he started with the code of Minix operating system. Minix was an operating system like Unix created by a professor Andrew Tannenbaum to teach his students. Point number 4. It is a free and open source. Unix is not free, but Linux is open source and freely available for all of its users. So what do you mean by freely available and open source? It means the code of Linux is freely available for all of its users. You can modify it, implement some more security features, add some more interesting stuff, and you can make your own distribution of Linux. Yes, you can make your own distribution of Linux. And you do not have to pay anything for Linux operating system, but in case of Unix, Mac operating systems and Windows operating system, you have to purchase the Windows, and still you cannot modify their code. The code is not available to you, and it is not available and visible for users. Point number 5. Unix use Bourne shell by default, while Linux use Bash shell by default. Now again, we will not discuss it here because we have a complete video on shell. So we will discuss everything about shell in upcoming lectures. Point number 6. Unix and Linux both are highly secured. Linux has about 6200 viruses till date, listed till date, and Unix has about 85 to 120 virus listed till date. Point number 7. File systems that Unix supports are JFS, GPFS, HFS, HFS+, UFS, XFS, ZFS file formats, while Linux support ext1, ext2, ext3, ext4, JFS, RacerFS, XFS, RAMFS, NFS, VFAT, CRAMFS, UFS, AutoFS, DevPTS, BTRFS, FAT, FAT32, and NTFS, etc. In the coming lectures, we will also discuss about the file systems supported by Linux operating system. Point number 8. Different distributions of Linux and Unix. So in Unix, we have different versions like Sun operating system, Sun Solaris, Mac operating system, Open Server, IBM AIX, HP UX, BSD, etc. While in Linux, we have Red Hat, Ubuntu, Kali, Fedora, Debian, Mint, OpenSUSE, CentOS, etc. Red Hat Linux is popular these days. So you can see guys, there are a lot of distributions available in the market. That is why in the beginning, learners do not know which distribution of Linux should use them. Now, we have some advantages and disadvantages of Linux. So let us talk about pros and cons of Linux operating system. So let us start with pros of Linux operating system first. So the very first advantage of using Linux is that it is free and open source. It means its code is freely available for all of its users to modify and update, as we have discussed in the previous slide. Advantage number 2. It is highly secure. As we have discussed earlier, Linux has about 6200 virus listed till date. Unix is also highly secured. It has about 85 to 120 virus listed till date. But in case of Windows, thousands of attacks happens daily. And there is a long list of viruses in Windows. So you can easily understand guys that Linux and Unix are more secure operating systems than Windows operating system. Mac operating system is also more secure than Windows operating system. One reason of this is in Windows is it is easy and convenient for users. So it is also easy for hackers. So they can easily create their exe files, their malicious code for Windows, and can easily install and inject in Windows operating system. So if you use Windows, you cannot survive without an antivirus. advantage number 3. It is portable to any hardware platform. Means if you have a different computer system architecture and oldest version of computers and different generation computers, then it is easy to use Linux in any of them. In simple words, we can say that it can be ported from one system architecture to another without modification. That is the reason why Linux can be used in different platforms as mobiles, smart TV, gaming consoles, washing machines, microwave oven, medical equipments, military equipments, and even in motor vehicles. The point to remember is that these software are called embedded software, system software here, not an operating system. So these are called embedded systems, not operating system, and performs a very specific function. Android is one of the good examples of Linux operating system. So it means you do not need to change the code of your operating system. You just need to change the hardware. This is the concept of portability, and this is because it is written in C programming language, and that is also a portable language. All Windows including Mac, Unix and Linux are portable nowadays, but porting in Linux is much easier as compared to other operating systems. Point number 1. Point number 4. So fourth advantage of Unix using Linux is versatile. Versatile means capable of many uses. Like we have a phrase in Hindi, bahumukhi pratibhavan, or we can say multianimous, a person having many minds. So in the same way, Linux is multianimous or versatile. Like it is multi-user, multitasking, multi-processing, secure, platform independent, scalable and many more. So we can say Linux is versatile in nature. Now, advantage number 5. Linux is scalable. It means scalability means capability to change according to the demand. Linux is scalable. It means its performance and cost can be increased and decreased according to the situation. Also, we can use Linux in different screen sizes. The only thing you need to change the pixels and it will scale itself to give you the better experience. You can scale up as well as you can scale down the Windows size easily. In the upcoming lectures, in the upcoming practical videos, I will give you a demonstration of how Linux is scalable. Now, sixth advantage of Unix using Linux is Linux has a short debugging time. It means removing error is in Linux is easy. The only thing you have to do is to run the right command for debugging. These commands are very powerful and used for debugging and troubleshooting. Also, Linux has been developed and tested by thousands of people. So if some error or bug arises, the whole Linux community try to remove that bug. And in maximum cases, it can be seen that there are only couple of hours between the discovery and fixing of a bug. Now, point number 7, advantage number 7. Linux is mostly used in servers, workstations and PCs. The reasons of this is Linux is also known for being stable and can run 24/7. Means it can run for days, months or even years without needing a reboot. And servers require this thing because server have to run for a long period of time without any reboot for providing services to its users. So Windows servers are also there in the market like Windows 2003, Windows 2008, Windows 2008 NT 2016, but their cost is too high. So that is why the industries are moving towards Linux. And at last we have advantage number 8, that is Linux can be used in different platforms as mobiles, smart TVs, gaming console, washing machines, microwave oven, medical equipments, military equipments, and even in motor vehicles. So these are some advantages. And at last, the last thing that I want to tell you is according to the statistics, a Linux operating system is the only operating system used in top 500 of supercomputers. Yes, Linux operating system is the only operating system used in top 500 supercomputers, and Linux is used in more than 2% of total desktop computer systems. Even a Chromebook, whose name you have heard, it also works on Linux operating system. Now come to the cons and disadvantages of using and Linux. So first disadvantage is too many different distributions. Since lots of versions are available, so a user cannot find a suitable distribution. Point number 1, too many different distributions. Since lots of versions are available, so a user cannot find a suitable distribution for their own personal use. We cannot say which distribution of Linux is best, so which one should you use? It's a difficult task for users. Point number 2, not too much user friendly. An operating system should be convenient and user friendly so that a user that do not have the good knowledge of operating system could also use that one. Linux doesn't provide that facility. Point number 3, confusing for beginners. Same thing here. Since it is not user friendly like Windows, so it is difficult to use for beginners. And at last, I want to remind you that no one can learn Linux without using it. So be in touch with Linux. Do practice every day. 15 to 20 minutes practice every day is more than sufficient for learning purpose and in the starting. And at the last, let's have a look on description box. If you want to watch this video in Hindi, go for the link given in the description box. If you want to read the article with proper notes, please click on the given link in the description box. Link of my website and my YouTube channel is also there in the description box. And please like and share this video and press the bell icon to get notified soon, and subscribe to the channel and share the channel also with your friends. Thank you guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video a lot, and now we will meet you in the next video very soon. Till then, bye. Thank you.